More precisely, you take a working video that already performs well, adapt it for yourself, and it brings you views and subscribers. You keep repeating this as long as it keeps bringing you views and subscribers. As long as your business brings you money, you keep doing it, just repeating the same actions that generate income. It's exactly the same here, one to one. The only thing that gets in the way is a person's psychology and their past experiences. You can create an account from scratch and immediately take off. For example, we recently created and started developing different accounts. Just recently, we created one, and in a week, it gained 50,000. Now, in 1 or 2 months, this is just one of our clients, and in 1 or 2 months, they'll have 1 million, and it happens very quickly. Again, all of this, yes, just look at all the videos related to unity. Ideally, you need to burn away all these perceptions, all this stuff inside you, where, for example, I might be saying something, and at the same time, you have this inner voice that judges or says this is good or bad. This experience that shows up in you, this knowing part. That's it. Because if you realize yourself as everything, you will be free from all of this. That's it, you see. Meaning, it's you yourself who has manifested as these views, and now you are looking at yourself, at least in my direct experience. Let's put it this way. In my direct experience, right now, I am looking at myself within myself. This phone right now is looking at itself. Well, figuratively speaking, the phone, it's looking at itself. It has manifested itself before itself through these views. So I have come to myself, manifested through these views, and have already traveled the path in all these manifestations. In all these manifestations, I have already traveled the path and shown what works and what doesn't. Why would I complicate my life? I'm not going to do that. I see what works, I take it, repeat it, and adapt it for myself. Mr. Beast, how many does he have? Almost 500 million subscribers, the most popular blogger on the planet. The blogger's capitalization has already crossed $1 billion. He isn't embarrassed at all. He just takes the most popular videos in the world, adapts them for himself, and uploads them. That's how he became the most popular blogger in the world. And he also threw in some cash bills. It doesn't bother him. It's very important to move beyond these hesitations. And whatever you write, whatever your profession is, it doesn't matter what it is, whether you have a profession or not, whatever your activity is, someone has already made it popular in some way. It doesn't matter if you sell vegetables, if you're a hairdresser, if you're a barber. Write psychology in all the languages of the world. Write it in Hindi, write it in Chinese, write it in Spanish, write it in English. See how people all over the planet are making it popular on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. It doesn't matter. I'll look everywhere. I'll gather all the data. I'll see how someone has made my niche popular on the planet. I'll reshoot all the videos, everything that got views. I'll go through everything without exception, just like a tanker. That's it, I take action. Either it gets views or it doesn't. If it doesn't get views, I move on to the next one. It either gets views or it doesn't. If not, then on to the next one. And that's it. No overthinking, no regrets, no questions, none of that. None of that junk, just no nonsense. Forget all the psychology stuff. Seriously, just give me all the psychology videos that have over 2 million views. Bring them all here. I'll reshoot every single one and upload them. Either they get views or they don't. That's it. I just upload everything. My mindset is, today I'm filming videos with the awareness that these are videos hundreds of millions of people will see. I edit videos with the mindset that I'm editing for 100 million views. I upload a video with the mindset that I'm uploading it for 100 million views. It goes out and gets that many views. This parallel thing, it's always there. This is what I was telling you about the state of mind. So you need to remember about your state of mind. It happens for you historically, however it happens. Let's put it that way. And what's great is how it actually happens in reality. Everything is awesome. Like, that's exactly how it's supposed to be. That's it. I'm telling you how it's technically set up inside me. If I'm doing something, I know that the primary state, like when you're talking to someone, if you're in a state of joy and love, that's one kind of conversation. And if you're in a state of anger and irritation, that's it. It's a completely different conversation. Whether you like it or not, it's going to be different. And you have to see what's primary in me. Well, it's kind of always visible. Before I didn't see it. I paid attention to it. I started observing myself. And that's it. I form the state first, and only then do I take action. Only then do I actually do something. Only then do I, for example, go to a meeting. When I'm heading to a meeting, I already know how it's going to go. I'm filming a video in a certain... That's it. I remember this. I had my first performance in Kazakhstan. It was a year ago, or maybe 2, I don't even remember anymore. My first performance ever. There were about 4,000 people there. And we were, driving there with Vad. He asks, have you ever performed before? I say, this will be my first time performing. He says, so what did I say? How did I say it? I said, I'm going to crush it there. He was like, I watched him. And then he told me about it afterwards. And he said, man, I'm curious how it's going to go. And then I went on stage, and it was the best performance. There were so many speakers there, all kinds, very experienced ones. So before the performance, I convinced myself that I am public speaking itself. I am the very embodiment of public speaking. I am the very knowledge that public speaking exists. And I didn't need any prior experience. I never prepare for anything at all. I mean, I don't prepare for a single Zoom call, not for a single meeting. I'm always preparing for everything. And that's my knowledge about myself. And that's exactly how it happens. That's the whole point. If you think you need to prepare and all that, you'll end up sitting and preparing. Reality will adjust in such a way that you sit and prepare. But that's simply because you don't know yourself. That's why I say, first and foremost, you should devote your attention to knowing yourself. As soon as you realize yourself as everything, this whole thing just collapses. And that's it. I went out and performed. You can watch my performance in Kazakhstan in many places. My first performance was in front of 4,000 people. I was really walking around the stage there. The whole stage was mine. Everyone was happy, basically. Very happy. They applauded. There were about 16 speakers there and so on. So everyone was impressed by how I performed. Even though there were experienced people there and all that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, you realize that what you know about yourself is the only thing that matters. You do something and you don't care. People say, oh, there's some kind of competition there. For me, competition doesn't exist at all. Even the very knowledge that competition exists. For me, there is no awareness that any kind of competition exists. What kind of competition is there? There has never been anyone like you, and there never will be. You are unique and one of a kind. Among hundreds of billions of people, there has never been anyone like you. So what kind of competition could you possibly have? There is no one else like you. You are the only one in the entire universe. It doesn't matter if there are 500,000 psychologists out there. I'll come as the 500,001st and sweep everything out of my way. But, I mean that in a good way. That's just how I am. It's all about not carrying the burden of trying to be the sun for everyone. And in the sense that I don't care who's out there or what they're doing and so on. They're not even in my field of vision. I just show up and do what I do. That's it. All I need is this total self-awareness. If I just show up, so what? For me, everything is very simple. Today, I either woke up or I didn't. If I woke up, that means I can do something. What are we doing? Am I becoming popular? Great. What do we need here? Psychology? Let's go. Who was filming? Who filmed something? Bring it here to me. If I have assistants, I'll ask them to help. If not, I sit down myself, find all these videos, and lay them all out in front of me. Everything most popular in this field is now in front of me. This is what people are spending their attention on. Whether I like it or not, whether I agree with it or not, whether I like these topics or not, it doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. What matters is that this many people are listening to it right now. That's just how it turned out. That's how the circumstances came together. Humanity was pressured before this, so to speak, to the point that now they're ready to direct their attention to this. Well, no problem. So let's take this and that, and let's make it happen. That's great. Thank you for going through this path. Everything's awesome. We'll take all of this, adapt it for myself, change the background. How can I say this in my own words? That's why I don't care about competition, because I'll say it in my own words. I'm listening to this video. What are they talking about there? Everyone is talking about the same things. People ask each other how they're doing more and more every day. There's nothing wrong with that. And they say hello to each other, and they discuss the same things. But as soon as it's recorded on video and posted, that's it. That's the ego, which is always claiming and trying to divide things. This is mine, that's yours, and so on. For me, in direct experience, there is no yours or mine. There is nothing that can be separated from me. Everything I see is me. That's why it doesn't even cause the slightest stir in me. So here's the thing. That's it. I just find things, take them, adapt them, film them, and post them. And that's it. Everything else is simple. It either works or it doesn't. In other words, either there are views or there aren't. There's really no other option. If there aren't, I don't get upset about it.